Why wasn't Italy occupied after World War II? Among the defeated nations in World War II, Italy emerged as a unique case by avoiding occupation after 1945, unlike Germany, which faced division, or Japan, which underwent forced constitutional changes. Italy experienced a different fate. Italy was largely disarmed, forfeited its overseas territories, and was compelled to make reparations. Surprisingly, Italy underwent substantial rehabilitation within just a few years, prompting the question, why was Italy not occupied like the other Axis powers following World War II? As many of you are aware, Italy was the first major Axis power to concede defeat. King Victor Emmanuel III either ordered his government to align with the Allies and combat the Axis forces in the northern part of the country, or the Italian government admitted defeat outright. Consequently, pragmatism prevailed among the Allies. The primary focus for the United States and the United Kingdom was defeating the Germans in the north and dismantling the Italian Social Republic governed by the man in the fez hat. This meant that, unlike after Germany and Japan's defeat, the Allies lacked the resources to oversee the day-to-day governance of Italy. Consequently, many individuals who had served under the fez-wearing Italian leader were effectively pardoned. Furthermore, Italy did not experience the same level of massive deindustrialization as Germany, as it remained a more accessible location for wartime manufacturing. Given that the war was expected to continue for a few more years, the Italian government remained relatively stable during this period. Now, let's consider the post-war scenario. Unlike Germany, Italy did not have Soviet troops within its borders. Although Yugoslavian communist partisans had deployed some troops to the north, they could ultimately be withdrawn, leaving only the Western Allies involved in Italy's post-war settlement. Moreover, most of those who had served in the Mussolini government were staunchly anti-communist, which aligned with the imminent Cold War dynamics, making Italy a more palatable ally. Another crucial factor was the absence of a strong desire for vengeance against Italy. Unlike the situation with Japan and Germany, the American people demanded nothing short of complete capitulation from Japan in response to the attack on Pearl Harbor, and Germany's regime was regarded as so malevolent that any remnants of it had to be eradicated. In contrast, Italy was perceived as a lesser threat, primarily concerning some of its colonies and certain countries in southern Europe. Additionally, within the United States, there was a significant voting bloc of Catholic Italian Americans, and President Roosevelt aimed to secure their support for his re-election, while Britain and France advocated for a more stringent stance toward Italy, including refusing to support the Italian monarchy and imposing harsher military restrictions post-war. The United States ultimately overruled their demands. Instead, Italy underwent specific restrictions. It relinquished its overseas territories, demilitarized its borders, faced strict limits on military equipment, and was prohibited from possessing nuclear weapons. The United States had the leverage to impose these restrictions because neither Britain nor France could afford the financial and manpower commitments required for a full-scale occupation. These restrictions remained in place until 1949 when Italy joined NATO, at which point it was permitted to rearm due to its strategic position on the front lines of the Cold War in Europe. We hope you found this explanation insightful, and we extend special thanks to our patrons for their support.